Ponte feliz. Join us on a rigorous step-by-step journey to fluency. I'm Timothy, and this is LearnCraft Spanish. Today we're going to learn more conjugations of poner, the Spanish verb that means put. Let's do a quick review of some of the forms we learned yesterday. How would you say, he puts it in the house?
Lo pone en la casa.
You put your clothes on every day.
Te pones tu ropa todos los días.
They get happy when she is present.
Se ponen felices cuando ella está.
We have gotten sad.
Nos hemos puesto tristes.
Now let's learn the preterite forms of poner. These are pretty irregular in a similar way to the preterite forms of poder. So remember that in poder, the preterite forms that we learned were pude, for I was able, and pudo, for he or she was able. There's an inexplicable letter U in the first syllable. Well, in poner, something even stranger happens. The form for I put in the preterite tense is puse. And the form for he, she, or usted put is puso. So not only is there a strange letter U, there's also a letter S that randomly appears in these preterite forms. Here's an example. He got sad when I said that.
Se puso triste cuando dije eso.
I didn't get happy upon leaving.
No me puse feliz al irme.
Let's practice these a bit. I put those on the table. Puse esos en the table.
Puse esos en la mesa.
He put it in the basket. Lo puso en the basket.
Lo puso en la cesta.
In the next one, book is masculine. She got sad with the book, which was about the war. Se puso triste con the book, el cual era sobre the war.
Se puso triste con el libro, el cual era sobre la guerra.
I got happy when I found it out.
Me puse feliz cuando lo supe. Me puse feliz cuando lo supe.
Many say that she got sad when she found that out.
Muchos dicen que se puso triste cuando supo eso. Muchos dicen que se puso triste cuando supo eso.
I put on a jacket, but it doesn't look good on my body. Me puse a jacket, pero no, it looks good en mi cuerpo.
Me puse una chaqueta, pero no se ve bien en mi cuerpo.
Now, of course, this begs the question, when would you translate something as se puso or me puse rather than estuvo or estuve? Check out this sentence, for example. Afterwards, I got sad. This sentence could be translated as either después estuve triste or después me puse triste. But actually, me puse is a bit more likely because it places more emphasis on getting into the state rather than being in it. So in general, in our quizzing going forward, when we use the English verb get or got in situations like this, you can expect to use ponerse. Now let's learn the rest of the preterite forms of poner. They all start with pus, with endings that rhyme with preterite forms of ir. So we have pusiste, pusieron, and pusimos. For example, we put it where they put it.
Lo pusimos donde ellos lo pusieron.
Did you get sad afterwards?
¿Te pusiste triste después?
Let's practice these. In this first example, you can translate which ones simply as cuáles, and the ones are masculine. Which ones are the ones that you put on the floor? ¿Cuáles son los que pusiste en the floor?
¿Cuáles son los que pusiste en el piso?
We got sad because you got sad.
Nos pusimos tristes porque tú te pusiste triste. Nos pusimos tristes porque tú te pusiste triste.
They put it there, for there wasn't another place.
Lo pusieron ahí, pues no había otro lugar. Lo pusieron ahí, pues no había otro lugar.
In the next one, exam is masculine. They got nervous before the exam. Se pusieron nervous antes del exam.
Se pusieron nerviosos antes del examen.
Now let's go on to the subjunctive. All of these forms are based on ponga, which is similar to pongo, the first person singular. So the forms are ponga, pongas, pongan, and pongamos. Here's an example. I want them to put on their best clothes.
Quiero que se pongan su mejor ropa.
Let's practice the subjunctive forms of poner. She wants us to put it in the trash can. Quiere que lo pongamos en the trash can.
Quiere que lo pongamos en el basurero.
In the next one, the speaker is feminine. I'm not sure that my dear son will get sad.
No estoy segura de que mi querido hijo se ponga triste. No estoy segura de que mi querido hijo se ponga triste.
I want them to get happy with this.
Quiero que se pongan felices con esto. Quiero que se pongan felices con esto.
In the next one, use a formal voice. She wants you to put this on.
Ella quiere que usted se ponga esto. Ella quiere que usted se ponga esto.
It might be that she'll put that in her backpack. Puede que ponga eso en su backpack.
Puede que ponga eso en su mochila.
In the next one, the speaker is masculine. I'm not sure you'll get sad.
No estoy seguro de que te pongas triste. No estoy seguro de que te pongas triste.
I don't want you to put your mind in those people's hands.
No quiero que pongas tu mente en manos de esa gente. No quiero que pongas tu mente en manos de esa gente.
He gives me a lot of work so that I get anxious. Me da mucho trabajo para que me ponga anxious.
Me da mucho trabajo para que me ponga nervioso.
Next, let's work on imperatives. These are actually some of the most common forms. The basic informal imperative is a very short word, pon, spelled P-O-N. For example, put that here.
Pon eso aquí.
Let's put this in a formal voice using ponga. Put that here.
Ponga eso aquí.
The contraction ponlo is also common. For example, put it where he put it yesterday.
Ponlo donde él lo puso ayer.
And then we can turn ponerse into an imperative using ponte. We'll do this anytime we're telling someone how they should be or what they should wear. For example, get happy.
Ponte feliz.
So this is literally put yourself happy. To put this in a formal voice, we'll use póngase. For example, please put on your best clothes.
Por favor, póngase su mejor ropa.
Let's also learn an idiom that involves ponerse imperatives. In English, when we want someone to try to sympathize with someone else's situation, sometimes we say, put yourself in their shoes. In Spanish, you simply tell them to put themselves in their place or lugar. Here's a simple example. Put yourself in my shoes.
Ponte en mi lugar.
Let's practice this and all our new imperatives. Put it where I told you.
Ponlo donde te dije. Ponlo donde te dije.
In the next one, shirt is feminine and use a formal voice. Please put on this shirt, which I chose for you. Por favor, póngase esta shirt, la cual I chose para usted.
Por favor, póngase esta camisa, la cual elegí para usted.
Put those on the table, please. Pon esos en the table, por favor.
Pon esos en la mesa, por favor.
In this next one, for once is por una vez. Who are going to put themselves in my shoes for once?
¿Quiénes se van a poner en mi lugar por una vez? ¿Quiénes se van a poner en mi lugar por una vez?
In the next one, use a formal voice. Don't put it there or it will break. No lo ponga ahí o it will break.
No lo ponga ahí o se va a dañar.
Put that on and give me a hand with this.
Ponte eso y dame una mano con esto. Ponte eso y dame una mano con esto.
It's also worth pointing out that there are a few contractions that are used all the time. Ponerme, ponerte, and ponerse. Here are some examples. You left without getting sad.
Te fuiste sin ponerte triste.
I did it in order to put myself in his shoes.
Lo hice para ponerme en su lugar.
Instead of putting themselves in my shoes, they ignored me.
En lugar de ponerse en mi lugar, no me hicieron caso.
Remember that you can dive more deeply into any of this at lcspodcast.com/92. Or if you're ready, let's get some more practice using today's final quiz. In this first one, to turn on music or to put on a song, you simply put the music or the song. See how much of the Spanish you can guess. They're going to get happy when you put on that song. Van a ponerse felices cuando pongas that song.
Van a ponerse felices cuando pongas esa canción.
You put that where nobody had put it before.
Pusiste eso donde nadie lo había puesto antes. Pusiste eso donde nadie lo había puesto antes.
I have to put on my clothes for the party.
Tengo que ponerme la ropa para la fiesta. Tengo que ponerme la ropa para la fiesta.
The next one uses a formal voice. Put this on. It'll complement your face. Póngase esto. It'll complement su cara.
Póngase esto. Complementará su cara.
Please put yourself in my shoes.
Por favor, ponte en mi lugar. Por favor, ponte en mi lugar.
My head says one thing, but my heart says another.
Mi cabeza dice una cosa, pero mi corazón dice otra. Mi cabeza dice una cosa, pero mi corazón dice otra.
She put the needle here to draw blood. Puso the needle aquí para draw sangre.
Puso la aguja aquí para sacar sangre.
Maria and Ignacio are going to get sad.
María e Ignacio van a ponerse tristes. María e Ignacio van a ponerse tristes.
We put drops in his eyes. Le pusimos drops en los ojos.
Le pusimos gotas en los ojos.
The next one uses a formal voice. Please put that here now.
Por favor, ponga eso aquí ahora. Por favor, ponga eso aquí ahora.
Put this in the same place that she put it.
Pon esto en el mismo lugar que ella lo puso. Pon esto en el mismo lugar que ella lo puso.
You don't have to get sad.
No tienes que ponerte triste. No tienes que ponerte triste.
I don't want the baby to put anything in his mouth.
No quiero que el bebé se ponga nada en la boca. No quiero que el bebé se ponga nada en la boca.
You're putting a lot of things in this house.
Pones muchas cosas en esta casa. Pones muchas cosas en esta casa.
He wants that man, who is his father, to put more effort. Quiere que ese hombre, quien es su padre, ponga más effort.
Quiere que ese hombre, quien es su padre, ponga más esfuerzo.
You didn't put your clothes on yet. You have to put them on now.
¿No te pusiste la ropa aún? Te la tienes que poner ahora. ¿No te pusiste la ropa aún? Te la tienes que poner ahora.
He wants me to put myself in his shoes and do something.
Quiere que me ponga en su lugar y haga algo. Quiere que me ponga en su lugar y haga algo.
In the next one, plates is masculine. These plates, which you have to put here, are very big. Estos plates, los cuales tienes que poner aquí, son muy grandes.
Estos platos, los cuales tienes que poner aquí, son muy grandes.
We don't put those things there.
No ponemos esas cosas ahí. No ponemos esas cosas ahí.
I'm going to get sad even though I know he's going to do it.
Voy a ponerme triste, aunque sé que lo va a hacer. Voy a ponerme triste, aunque sé que lo va a hacer.
She can give me work or opportunities.
Me puede dar trabajo u oportunidades. Me puede dar trabajo u oportunidades.
He wants me to put in more effort. Quiere que yo ponga más effort.
Quiere que yo ponga más esfuerzo.
The next one uses a formal voice. Please put on these shoes, which are Italian. Por favor, póngase estos shoes, los cuales son Italian.
Por favor, póngase estos zapatos, los cuales son italianos.
She wants them to put their things in boxes. Quiere que pongan sus cosas en boxes.
Quiere que pongan sus cosas en cajas.
Put it in the kitchen while we cook. Ponlo en the kitchen mientras we cook.
Ponlo en la cocina mientras cocinamos.
She doesn't have to get sad because of this.
No tiene que ponerse triste por esto. No tiene que ponerse triste por esto.
I want her to put them in the sink. Quiero que los ponga en the sink.
Quiero que los ponga en el lavaplatos.
The next one uses the preterite tense, and effort is masculine. I put in a lot of effort with all my being. Puse mucho effort con todo mi ser.
Puse mucho esfuerzo con todo mi ser.
Put on your clothes, we have to leave.
Ponte la ropa, tenemos que irnos. Ponte la ropa, tenemos que irnos.
The next one is in the past. My loved ones and I put our things here.
Mis seres queridos y yo pusimos nuestras cosas aquí. Mis seres queridos y yo pusimos nuestras cosas aquí.
In this next one, the first half is in the present, and the second half is in the past. If I put this here, it won't be where I put it before.
Si pongo esto aquí, no va a estar donde lo puse antes. Si pongo esto aquí, no va a estar donde lo puse antes.
They're putting their hands in the fire, which isn't a good idea. Ponen las manos en the fire, lo cual no es una buena idea.
Ponen las manos en el fuego, lo cual no es una buena idea.
She wants us to put something, to stop the blood. Quiere que pongamos algo para stop la sangre.
Quiere que pongamos algo para detener la sangre.
In the next one, tree is masculine and plant is feminine. They put a tree or another plant there. Pusieron un tree u otra plant ahí.
Pusieron un árbol u otra planta ahí.
Put that thing where they put it.
Pon esa cosa donde ellos la pusieron. Pon esa cosa donde ellos la pusieron.
He puts the car in the garage. Pone the car en the garage.
Pone el auto en el garaje.
For more practice with all of this, go to lcspodcast.com/92. In tomorrow's episode, we're going to work on some essential adverbs, including the words for maybe, exactly, and almost. This show is brought to you by LearnCraftSpanish.com. The Spanish voice in this episode was our coach Jimena Lama Rondon. Our music was performed by the Seattle Marimba Quartet, and I'm Timothy, encouraging you to do the hard work of learning Spanish. Acquiring a second language is one of the most fulfilling things you can do, so start your fluency journey today at lcspodcast.com.